What we're talking about today may be the most important thing that you can consider if you're looking at starting your own business. You're not going to want to miss this.
This is the Franchise Pitfalls and Profit Show. Each week, we bring you the challenges and triumphs of being in the franchise development and consulting business. The things you need to make money faster. And now your host, one of the most successful franchise developers in North America, Don Shin.
I'm going to make a recommendation today to you about two books that you must read. And it's all about your why. Why do you want to start your own business? It's got to be more than the surface, hey, I think I can make more money. It's got to be more than the surface, hey, I want to control my own destiny. Can't tell you how many times I've heard that phrase when people really have no clue what that really means. Even to themselves, they don't really know what that means. So, what I'm going to talk to you today about is your why. What is your motivation? What is your purpose? Um, and I'm going to talk about some real thought provoking things. You need to be considering this rather than just, doing an internet search for businesses that I might be interested in or careers I might want to start. Or years ago, it was I hate my boss. People were responding to advertisements and marketing that led with "Do you hate your boss?" It's got to go beyond that. So, what I want to talk about are just some really practical things for you to think about, and it again, it all around the thought of what's your why. Why do you want to do that? So, the two books I'm going to recommend that you get, neither of them are mine. Maybe I should write a book on this, but Simon Sinek's Start with Why is incredible. It's incredible. And also a really, really practical guide that I have used for over 20 years. It has helped hundreds of people. Actually, my company and I have worked with over 2,000 people over the years. But What's Your Why has been a really important part of us helping people make decisions about whether they should stay employed or whether they should really step out into business ownership of their own. So let's talk about some of the more specific questions that you should be considering, and journal these things. When you write it down, there's just something about how it makes it more real. How you could go back and say, what was I thinking last week or a couple of weeks ago about this? So journal this, and I would get a fresh new spiral binder when you start this process of helping determine what's your why. And I'm going to encourage you that if you haven't started with why, like Simon says, do it pretty early in your process. Do it as quickly as you can. You can do all the other things you were thinking of doing, but you've got to be certain about why you're doing this. Okay, so some of the things I want you, I really want you to be thinking about as you're considering business ownership, starting a business for yourself, or maybe you've been following me and you're considering one of the franchises that I've interviewed. You're considering going the route of franchising. So here are some of the things I want you to consider. When you think about yourself, what are you really passionate about? What really stirs you up? Has there been something in your life history that is causing you to be this way, or has there been a life event that has made you go, boy, the marketplace needs to address this problem? So let me give you one example. Um, Maybe you have elderly parents and maybe they live far away. They retired in Arizona. You're up here where I am, up in the Northeast, in the Atlantic, mid-Atlantic states, or up in New England. You're thousands of miles away. You're three time zones away, and they begin to have health problems. And then the health problems get really serious. Maybe you feel they're not getting the correct medical advice or the correct diagnoses. Maybe your experience was no one was advocating for them. No one was helping them through some of those decisions. Maybe it got as severe as they really needed to move out of their home, and you needed to you actually flew in a few times, and you had to take off work, and you had to help them find facilities that they could move into to take care of them better, since you live so many thousands of miles away. So, is there some life event that is driving you to look for a business, or to do something in the marketplace that is going to address that problem? And again, a different one then is, what are you passionate about? For example, we have a private client that is called USA Ninja Challenge, and their mission is all about giving back to the next generation. They want to see a healthier next generation. And so they created this gym, very, very unique, fun gym system, but it involves very much like the Ninja Warrior TV show. So it involves different muscle groups. It involves doing fun things, climbing ropes, and jumping on cargo nets, and jumping on barriers, or jumping over obstacles, and doing peg boards. It involves all kinds of fun things for kids, and interestingly enough, it even attracts the non traditional sports competitive type of sports kid. And so it really helps a segment that, when I was a kid growing up, we used to always say, you don't want to be the last one picked for the team. When you're picking up teams, to go play flag football or to go play basketball, you don't want to be picked last. And so USA Ninja Challenge addresses that kid that's not that competitive, because a lot of the systems are there where the kids are working against their own abilities, or they're progressing themselves individually, and it's monitored and it's tracked. But anyway, the bottom line is, maybe you have this real heart for the next generation. Maybe you've seen too many obese kids, and you really want a business that's going to have an impact on the community. It's going to have an impact on the next generation. Maybe your thoughts are more broader than that. You just want to be in a business where you can be hands-on with kids. In the franchise industry, it's called child enrichment segment. So it could be anything, again, from kind of a USA Ninja Challenge, our client, all the way over to your STEAM and your STEM type programs and tutoring franchises. So maybe it's something like that again is you're passionate about children, and you just love to pour into children. So again, what really stirs you, and what makes you in a positive way passionate about? What are you passionate about? Another way to look at this is, what's your thought life look like? What are you constantly thinking about? If you're constantly thinking of nutrition and wellness and physical fitness, then you want to be in maybe one of the unique fitness or unique gym type concepts these days that are out there. But again, what's your thought life? Where do you spend a lot of your own mind time? And that may be a good indicator of what your why is. So I'm going to encourage you to spend some time with the books. This is a huge, huge career challenge. It's very different than when you're going to very, very different than you're looking to change jobs. You're looking to change to another company. This is very, very different. This could have a much longer lasting effect. on you and on your family. So, you want to invest. You want to invest in books. You want to invest in courses. Learn as much as you can about how to buy a business. Learn as much as you can about investing in a business. But again, what I want you to do is I want you to start with considering what's your why. If you can nail this down, I'm just telling you again, if you can nail this point down, I promise you, you will get into the best business. You'll find the best match for you, and you will absolutely love what you're doing. You will jump out of bed every day to go be in your new business. So, what is your why?